The Slieve League, one of the highest coastal cliffs in all of Europe, is a sight to behold. Today, not only are we checking out the viewpoint, but we're hiking up top and along them, and taking a boat tour from below too.
This is Magellan,
And this is Greyhound.
where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures.
Located in the southwest of County Donegal along the wild Atlantic Way, the Slieve League isn't that easy to get to, and you're likely staying some ways away anyway. Whether in Killybegs, Ardra, or Glencullen Killa, you're looking at a 40 to 45 minute drive at minimum. And that's just to get to the first parking lot. After paying €5 for 2 hours, it's time to walk roughly the 1 kilometer paved road to the viewpoint, named Bunglass Point. Notwithstanding the inordinate amount of sheep you'll see along the way, this is a really scenic route. While it is progressively steep, just take your time and you'll be fine. Did I mention there were a lot of sheep? For those curious, there are more sheep in Ireland than there are people. And being that this is Donegal, you are 3 times more likely to see a sheep than a person. Given that we only saw one gentleman walking his dog, this was kind of accurate. Just before you reach the platform, to your right, you'll pass by this small lake. And before long, you'll be at the second parking lot, reserved for tour buses and those with mobility issues. There's a food cart here selling lobster rolls, hot dogs, and Coca-Cola. Damn, I was really looking forward to a breakfast lobster roll. And this is Bunglass Point, where you'll be provided with spectacular views of the Slieve League cliffs, 1,972 feet from above the Atlantic Ocean. Bunglass Point itself is 600 meters up from the ocean. Grab your camera and take your selfies. Enjoy a snack or beverage at this picnic table, or venture out for a slightly closer look on this viewing deck. It really is an incredible place, and no photo or video can do it justice. Many visitors to Ireland will flock to the Cliffs of Moher, which are very beautiful, but this is the real treat here. And now to say goodbye to my brother, who I'll link up with again in a few hours, because it's time to head up the Grey Mountain, or the Mountain of Stone Pillars. Years ago, Greyhound and I were here, checked out the viewpoint, climbed up a little, but didn't have time to do anything beyond that. But today, I'm gonna hike up along the cliffs themselves. It's pretty steep right at the start, and it feels like it's never gonna end. But look at those views. I highly suggest getting a map at the visitor center or downloading one to your phone. While the path is fairly straightforward, especially in the beginning, it never hurts to have a reference point. I'm gonna take a little detour here to check out the lake from earlier. The wild Atlantic Way. Back on the path. Unfortunately, it keeps going up, but you were expecting that, right? At some point, it will get less steep and even out a bit on a gravel-like walkway. It is also starting to get really windy. I guess that's to be expected. Here, you can see how far you've come.
It is sick up here. It is so sick.
And now to continue along the cliffs, where there will be more sheep. Pretty much from here on out, there's going to be a series of ups and downs. The terrain is going to get less friendly and more rocky, but the path should remain fairly obvious. Besides, there's the occasional hiker symbol sign you'll see for validation.
Up here, there's a lot of signs with the hiker. It's because it's a little less obvious where the trail is at times. Better to be safe than sorry.
And aside from my brother and the man walking his dog, I still have yet to see a person this morning. That up ahead, those series of cliff peaks, that is going to be my challenge. It's the location of the One Man's Pass, a very steep, sharp-edged rock path with death on either side, and should be absolutely avoided in bad weather. It also isn't for those who are afraid of heights. For those new to this channel, hi, I'm afraid of heights. As I kept descending, the wind picked up even more, and my fear began to overtake me. But I insisted on facing it. I got right here, and as I looked behind me to see how far I had come, and felt the wind whipping my face, I was not going to be stupid today. I gave myself a pep talk, I tried smiling for the camera, I took a few deep breaths, and it wasn't enough. But guess what? I'm still going to show you the One Man's Pass and the rest of the cliffs, because I'm going to use a detour to head around it and back up. And to do that, I'm going to head down to what's called the Pilgrim's Path, which begins from the town of Teelin and heads up to the cliffs as well. Pilgrim's Path, I'm guessing, was likely from the pilgrimages many Christians have taken to the top of the Slieve League cliffs for over 1,000 years. Before long, I was on the Pilgrim's Path and finally saw fellow hikers. Given the strenuousness of the upper path and the One Man's Pass, many people take the Pilgrim's Path to the top of the cliffs. And before long, I had made it up again. Beautiful views of Donegal Bay along the wild Atlantic Way. Bunglass Point in the distance. Just utterly magnificent. I even made some friends.
These are all the people that you met on your walk. Hi! Say hello, everyone! Connor, say hi! Hi! Please
I'm from
not,
New York.
Do not fall.
I won't fall.
After taking a brief rest, I then decided to head along the path I was originally on back towards One Man's Pass. Because if I couldn't do it, I at least wanted to see it from the Victoria side. And this is the One Man's Pass. As you're about to see, this is not something you should take lightly. These two gentlemen, who I chatted and had a snack with afterwards, were total champs, and I'm happy that I was able to see someone do it. I wonder if anyone has gone down this in reverse.
Not doing it. Not doing it.
Here I am giving myself a consolation prize of sorts by posing in front of its terminus. Now to head back down, which I'll spare you much of the length because it's time to meet my brother for a beer and some food, and head to take a boat tour of the cliffs. You can actually see the Teelin Pier in the distance. On the way down, you'll see a waterfall of sorts at several points. Some more sheep, and beautiful views of the valley. Eventually, you'll arrive at the parking lot for the Pilgrim's Path, and a little ways further, the Rusty Mackerel, an absolutely must-stop gastropub. We ate, we drank, I took a look back at what I just hiked, and we were soon at Teelin Pier. The boat tour lasts approximately 90 minutes and is a great way to see the Slieve League from below. Along the way, you'll see what's called a Napoleonic tower, or signal tower, that were built as a signal system to warn of attacks. And here we are approaching the Slieve League itself. It's just crazy to me how vast they are. Those group of cliff peaks are where I had to bail from One Man's Pass and forever mark my failure. And down that way is Molenbeek, which we visited another day. You can actually hike the entire Slieve League cliffs and end at Molenbeek. I remember seeing these ferries with Greyhound years ago and always said, if I ever come back, I'm hopping on that boat. Up there is Bunglass Point for perspective. And down here are dolphins. I always seem to find dolphins when I get on a ferry, and this trip proved no different. Here's my brother pretending to like being filmed. And here's me showing that if you forgot to apply sunscreen, you deserve everything that happens to you. And those are the Slieve League cliffs. Stay tuned for our next video for the Mahra Beach and Caves, And be sure to tune in when this trip's all released for a special full-length movie. We'll see you on the trails or in the water.
I didn't do it. I didn't do it.